So hello. The second problem that I'm trying to address is that NHS staff have countless improvement ideas, but lack effective channels to share them with decision makers. We've seen that today. There's amazing ideas flying around. I don't feel like the people making decisions in NHS are aware of this talent that they have underneath them and the feedback that if they receive that, what they could do with it. So the solution is to flip the traditional survey model by letting employees submit insights instantly during their frustration moments. So this picture on the might resonate with some of you. You'll try log into the computer, it'll take 5 minutes, you're incredibly frustrated. What do you do with that 5 minutes? You can use this app. If it works.
It's like you have a permission issue. Yeah. You might not have permission on your video.
Okay, I don't want to do this because it would be multitasking, but I'll just do the live demo instead and hope that goes well.
Do you want me to hold your mic for you?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you can see from logging in, you're instantly greeted with the feedback page. So minimize the number of clicks, make it as quick as possible. You can put your feedback in. So believe it or not, at my hospital, radiology requests are paper. And you have to walk them to the radiology department, which can sometimes be on the other side of the hospital. And in that moment of frustration, I've submitted that idea. I can tag it if I like, but if I'm in a rush, I'll just leave it as is. And then the people in the organisation can then view all the feedback that's been submitted over the time, filter it, and look at emerging themes. So once we've got a lot of feedback, we'll start emerging themes. Maybe the EPR is not working right, maybe we use too much paper, all this sort of stuff. Then there's natural language query for the feedback that's been received. So we can maybe ask, what do people think of the new EPR system? And it'll give you a report based on all the feedback that's been reported. It takes all that unstructured data, puts it into something a bit more useful, actionable, and produces a report like this. So what's the impact of this? Increased staff engagement. Famously, these surveys are very poorly responded to. They're too long, they're too irregular. It's specific, actionable feedback. So rather than sort of general things you tell them about in these surveys once a month, you can tell them the nitty-gritty of what's happening on the wards, like actionable things that can actually be improved. And these small improvements can lead to a bigger improvement overall. It also shortens the improvement cycle. Specifically between the do and the check, you do something, the next day you can see what the feedback is of that, adapt what you're doing based on that, and just shorten that cycle so you can improve a lot quicker. Thank you very much, and if you want to try it yourself and maybe give some feedback on this talk, you can scan this link here.
NHS Hack Day grouping. I recognised him at the door as having came with Penelope from London, that he was at London in Chelsea and Westminster
exactly
last
right,
autumn.
yeah.
So if you do make all the way to Northern Ireland for an NHS Hack Day, you do have to put in the effort to do your projects.
Make it worthwhile, I'm very tired.
So, any questions?
Apart from what hospital still has paper things?
Queen's Hospital, Romford, that's team names.
Could this not already be happening? Could you not just fire off an email to whoever it is, that you're very frustrated with?
Yeah, so I think you've touched on that at the start, it's who it is. So I don't know who to report that there's not paper in the printers, that the phlebotomy trolley's not filled up. I don't know who's in charge of who made the decision that paper radiology requests are a good idea. So you submit it, you don't have to worry about that, you don't have to waste time finding it, and then the user that logs in, they have their view where they view all the stuff that's relevant to them.
So I have a bit of an issue that if you do have a solution as well as feedback, is there an opportunity to put your solutions in and your ideas for solutions?
Absolutely, yeah. So the free text element of that's important, so you can put what the problem is and the solution in the same thing. And large language models are able to differentiate that and turn that unstructured data into something that's a bit more structured and actionable.
Well done. I love that idea. I'm a service designer from the public sector in Northern Ireland.
Thank you very much.
And the biggest barrier that we face is getting access to users on the ground. And this opens up the opportunity to get real-time data that can inform and provide insights that will present solutions. And my question is, how will your system or your database that's collecting all this data be able to theme it through to actually get recommendations to actually make real changes to what the staff are providing?
So I think there's two parts of it. There's people saying the feedback, this doesn't work, so that's one part. So you identify all the things that don't work. Then you can also, with this natural language prompter, you can get all of that, and you can also get all the solutions coming up and ask it, so what do people think of the EPR? Oh, it's too slow, it doesn't work like this, it doesn't do this. What do people think would make it better? And then it prompts that, and it comes back and says, okay, it needs to be able to do radiology requests.
Anybody work in a hospital and think this is a good idea? Yeah, good. Any other? Oh, no more time for the questions. Sorry about that.
Thank you very much.